Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America. President-elect Donald Trump has not even been inaugurated yet, and the 2028 talk has begun. And who are the frontrunners? Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. And if you're not watching us on YouTube, please visit that address in the lower right-hand corner. It's youtube.com/@explainamerica. And when you get there, please hit subscribe absolutely free. It really helps us out. On the Republican side, it's easy. We've got such a deep bench. You got Vice President-elect J.D. Vance, who is probably the heir apparent. But I think there's going to be a primary, and I think you're going to see Florida Governor Ron DeSantis in that mix. And without Trump on the ticket, I think DeSantis has a really good shot. I love Ron DeSantis. I think he has a really good shot. I think you have Senator Tim Scott. You have Marco Rubio, the senator from Florida. There's no really limit to what we have in the Republican Party. I think you got Ronna McDaniel as the governor as a possibility, and a strong one, actually. She's very young, and she's a new governor, but she won't be new at that point. And yeah, I like her a lot. You know, you don't get more Trumpish than her. So there's such an embarrassment of riches in the Republican Party. On the Democrat side, however, who do you got? You got Gavin Newsom, right? But Gavin Newsom's state just went more red than it has in decades. And the policies he's promoting, well, that's part of the reason the Democrats have gotten drubbed in the 2024 election. So he's going to come back and be like, hey, guys, I got the same policies as Kamala Harris, but I'm a white guy. What's he going to say? You know, your policies stink, bro. That's why your party just got slaughtered. So you could have the pretty smile and the nice coiffed hair and the cute press suit, but you're a Ken doll. You're empty, bro. You have nothing. And then you got Gretchen Whitmer. Well, she couldn't deliver her own state to Kamala Harris. Same for Josh Shapiro. Couldn't deliver his own state to Kamala Harris. I think Shapiro is their strongest candidate, but you have a very anti-Semitic wing of that Democrat Party that I don't think would vote for him, even if he won the primary. So, you know, it's tough to see. They don't have a front runner. It's really bad for them in 2028. And gosh, my heart bleeds for them, guys. I'm so sad. I want you to watch this video. Let me know what you think in the comments.
There isn't one. There's no early favorite. There's no early clear favorite. And that is really unusual because the bottom line is when you have no incumbent Democratic president following this year, we've looked back at similar situations. Back in 2017, Joe Biden was the clear heir apparent heading into 2005, and then 2013, heading into the 2016 campaign, Hillary Clinton was way up in the national polls. It was pretty clear she was the heir apparent. How about Al Gore going into the 2000 campaign or 04? Again, the clear heir apparent. You have to go all the way back to the 1992 campaign with this giant question mark over here. Let's see if I can draw it in. There we go. Where there was no clear heir apparent. This is going to be the first cycle, it seems, since going back all the way to the late 80s, early 1990s, in which there is no clear early frontrunner for the next Democratic nomination.
I will say, the Democrats won this one, and in this one where they did have an heir apparent, they ended up winning when it wasn't that person.
Yeah, it's exactly right.
So maybe they're better off.
Maybe they're better off, because remember, Hillary Clinton, even though she seemed to be the heir apparent going into the 2008 campaign, of course, it was Barack Obama who basically came out of nowhere after that 04 convention speech to go on to win the nomination. So it might actually be good news for Democrats that there's no heir apparent, but the bottom line is there isn't one.
Okay, in terms of being in the wilderness, sometimes in the past, Democrats have been able to latch on to the outgoing president as someone who can give them guidance. Where does that sit this time?
Yeah, so, you know, even after 2016, right, you go into 2017 and, you know, Democrats control no levers of the Congress. Democrats have no, you know, real heir apparent necessarily except for Biden. But Barack Obama at least had an approval rating nationwide of 53%, right? Look at where Joe Biden's is. 40% at this point. 40%. You have to go all the way back to 1980, as I come to John's side of the screen, to find a departing incumbent Democratic president to have an approval rating as low as Joe Biden's is right now. When you make the comparison to Jimmy Carter on popularity, you know that you're in bad shape.
And then when it comes to what power they actually have in Washington, historically speaking, having no levers of power, they haven't been there that often.
They really haven't been. They've been a little bit more apparent this century, but a GOP pres plus a Congress in the last 90 years, you got 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, and 5 times, just 5 times in the last 90 years in which the Democrats controlled neither House of Congress, which seems most likely at this point, though we haven't projected the House, and not the presidency. So the bottom line is, anywhere you look, John, everywhere you look, the Democrats are in this deep, dark state because they have no heir apparent, the incumbent president's unpopular, and they hold no levers of power in Washington, most likely come January.
Any solace, though, again, at least in this century, when they were in those positions, it did flip fairly quickly, at least here and here.
Yes. So, look, the bottom line is we'll see where we are in 2 years. We're just getting over this election. We don't have to go all the way jump into 2026 already. But the bottom line is this. For Democrats, there's no real light at the end of the tunnel. It's always darkest before it's pitch black, as John McCain once said.
As John McCain liked to say, Harry, and thank you very much.
Thank you.